Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to another episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I'm your host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley, training facilitator and coach with Grant Cardone. We're bringing you weekly sales solutions, sales tips, sales strategies, and a couple attitude adjustments thrown in there for good measure, directly from the 10X world of Grant Cardone. Check this out. 80% of what we do here is 100% free. So, the purpose of the podcast is to make sure the free stuff we're putting down, you're picking up and you're plugging it into your sales, your business, and your life. So thank you in advance for hitting that subscribe button. And if you're getting some value from the Cardone Solutions Podcast, please make sure that you're sharing this out into the cyberspace so that other folks can benefit from it too. Now, today's episode, we're going to be talking about confronting the truth and confronting your truth. But before we get into that, let's have a quick word from our sponsor. The Cardone Solutions Podcast is brought to you by Grant Cardone's Cardone University Coaching Program. Check this out. 84% of managers report being way too busy to train and develop their team the way they wish they could. And the hardest part of training salespeople, literally, simply finding the time and the content to get it all done. We have for you, within our coaching program, in addition to access to Cardone University, over 30 plus extra managed learning courses. These are structured daily and weekly trainings facilitated by a certified Cardone coach, where we literally become a virtual extension of your management team. There is an 88% improvement when coaching and training gets involved. So does your current coaching and training process, does it keep your people engaged, and does it deliver consistent results in volume and profitability? Our process increases accountability, engagement, and duplication in a way that motivates while transferring the very skills needed to thrive and prosper in today's economy. So for more information or to just get yourself on the calendar to have a conversation about our coaching program, head on over to cardonesolutions.com/coaching. That's cardonesolutions.com/coaching, cardonesolutions.com/coaching, and we'll see you there. Okay, let's do this. Let's confront the truth. Let's confront your truth. Mine too, our truth. That's the topic today. We're going to be confronting the truth. We're going to be confronting your truth. Here's two of them right out of the gate. Number one, life isn't a fairy tale. Two, it can be brutal. This is why, as Grant mentions in a recent blog post, that it is now more important than ever to stop settling and start succeeding. So here's the first action idea I want you to do right now. Okay, remember the purpose of the podcast is to make sure you're taking this stuff and you're plugging it in. Sales, business, life, okay? So I want you to ask yourself, where are you, quote unquote, all good in your life? And why are you not going for great in that area? Have you settled? In what ways do you settle? I want you to set an alarm in your head that when you have these moments of settle, and you're like, I've done enough what? Enough push-ups, enough miles, enough phone calls, enough appointments, enough demos, enough personal visits. Man, I've done enough. It's okay. I can stop now. I'm good. Okay. Set the alarm. Because the third thing, life is hard, and four, it's rarely fair. Have you ever underestimated the amount of focus and determination that is needed to care for yourself and your family? I have. So here's your next action idea. First, we've identified the areas where we're all good, even though we're not. Next thing we're going to do is make a list of five times where you have underestimated the amount of focus, determination, and action required to hit the target you set. This could be anything. This could be you saying 2.5 weeks ago, man, I'm going to close that guy. And you haven't even called him. That ever happen? Really great presentation, really great conversation. Like, that's a deal. I'm going to get that deal. And then for whatever reason, you get pulled in a different direction. You forget to load them in the CRM. There's no reminder. And then you're like, oh, what about that guy, man? That's one of the 5 times that you underestimated the amount of focus, determination, and action required to hit the target you set. So if you want success beyond your basic needs, there's 3 things we need. Hard work, dedication, and commitment. This is right out of the blog. You need these 3. Hard work, dedication, and commitment. So the question that you want to ask then is like, well, how far beyond basic needs do you want to go? Are you willing to work harder now to make things easier later? 5, business isn't fair either. So if life is hard and rarely fair, business isn't fair either. You can do all the right things and still not see a payoff. So there's this saying that Grant said, I've heard him say it many times. Life is good for a bunch, terrible for too many, and great for a handful. Where are you fitting that? And it doesn't have to be that way. So, multiple choice pop quiz questionnaire for you. Which one of these I'm about to list off is your biggest obstacle? It's kind of a trick question. Competition, the economy, bad breaks, divorces, kids, personal money trouble, you. Which one of those is your biggest obstacle? So there's good news though. I know you answered what you know you needed to answer. Here's the good news. You can control the outcome. Bad things happen to good people, and some bad things will happen to you. That is life. Remember? Life is hard, rarely fair. It's not a fairy tale. It can get brutal. Business isn't fair either. But once you have the tools, the knowledge, and the resources to overcome the bad, you find yourself living in a world of good. Grant says, everything you've ever worked for can disappear in an instant if you don't know how to manage them. And if you haven't read Sell or Be Sold, Closer Survival Guide, If You're Not First, You're Last, 10X Rule, Be Obsessed or Be Average, all 5 of those books were literally triggered from Grant's recognition of that very fact, that everything you've ever worked for can disappear in an instant if you don't know how to manage them. Grant's talking about not just your money, but your happiness here. Grant's witnessed way too many people give up when they had what it took to succeed. And for him, he says it's one of the most painful things he's ever had to watch. Wasted potential. Those of you that have seen the movie A Bronx Tale, saddest thing in life is wasted talent. Unfulfilled possibilities. So it's become Grant's mission to help as many people as possible learn how to overcome the uncertainties of life. And we have an entire crew here, literally dedicated to helping people just like you change your life so you can actually live out your dreams. Isn't it great to partner with somebody whose dream is to help you with your dream? Do you want more out of life? Is it time? Like, is it actually time? Is it time for you to stop settling and start succeeding to the degree that you know you're capable of? No more wasted potential. No more unfulfilled possibilities. To do this, though, do it right. You need the tools. You need the knowledge. You need the resources. All of which you get from Cardone University and our coaching program. There's over 3,500 segments of content in there for you to train on that are specifically designed to give you the tools and the knowledge. And you get full access to the Cardone U community and a coach for your resources, for your networking, for your connection. So let's review the 5 one more time. These are the truths we have to confront so we can do something about it. Because until you confront it, you can't do anything about it. Life isn't a fairy tale. It can be brutal. It's hard, and it's rarely fair. Business isn't fair either, and it doesn't have to be this way for you if you don't want it to be, because you're the only obstacle. So it's time to get out of your own way. And if you're not on Cardone University already, it's time to get on Cardone University. If you need a coach, get a coach. So, hey, you know what we could do? You know what we could actually do? If you pop yourself over to cardonesolutions.com/coaching, we could have a conversation. That will take you to a place where you can pop on a calendar and have a real conversation about which one's going to be right for you. Cardone U with coaching, right? You can even get free access to Cardone University when you get over there, right? So you can just go ahead and mess around in there for a little bit and see if it is the right thing for you. The number one reason a company or an individual does not get on Cardone U is they're stuck on a previous mistake where they tried something and they didn't do it, okay? So at the very least, let's have a conversation about what you can do, about how you can use Cardone University to literally control the outcome, to get out of your own way. And to do what, as we wrap up today's episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast, is to be great. Because why? Nothing else pays. Okay? So thank you so much for listening. Appreciate you being here. Did you confront some truths today? Did you confront your truths today? If you got something from it, if it's bringing some value and some benefit to you, make sure you get this thing shared out into the cyberspace. We're going to see you next week. Thanks a lot for being here. Talk soon.